If you thought the RTX 5090 was NVIDIA's endgame, wait until you see what they're going to be bringing as far as the RTX Super series goes, because unfortunately, man, if you ended up buying an RTX 5090, you are going to be SOL, because RTX 5080 Super, pretty sure I said 5090 in comparison to the RTX 5080 Super, but if I did not, let me correct myself right now. The RTX 5080 Super is supposed to be like right on par with an RTX 5090, which means AMD officially did the same thing that they have done the past, like, what, 20 years? They blew it. Sorry. I know. I'm an NVIDIA fanboy for making a statement in regards to not liking AMD for the first time in what, like 10 videos. I know I'm an NVIDIA fanboy now after dumping on NVIDIA like 10 videos in a row and everybody complaining about how I'm like titling the videos the same thing. It's almost as if people don't subscribe to channels for a specific reason and expect me to title videos in a different way, kind of like this one that won't get as many views, because actually it definitely will, because I'm probably going to title this one something like AMD blew it or something like that, which is absolutely going to attract all the NVIDIA fanboys, which AMD fanboys. Your boy's brain is getting all miscombobulated here. There's a ton of emulation updates as well, by the way. Like, I'm talking like a ton of emulation updates. So we got a ton of gaming news, all kinds of crap. So this right here, NVIDIA RTX 50 Super. I got to do it, dude. Okay. Super series. It's such a meme at this point, the way that like all these companies titling stuff or naming stuff, what they're naming. Like, we got AMD Ryzen AI Max 395 plus. We got Intel Core Ultra 285K. We got all these like really dumb names that whatever. I'm just like waiting for NVIDIA to like release their NVIDIA RTX 5080 Ti Super AI Max. So we got all these specs right here, all of them. I'm just going to leave it right here for a little bit as you complain about my Dragon Ball Z from the Game Boy Advance gameplay playing there that's apparently distracting you. Seems like a you problem if you're not capable of looking at the specs right here and my Dragon Ball Z game is distracting you.
Dude, I got some serious ADHD, and even I am capable of looking at this.
Like, this is basically an RTX 5090. Just so we're clear, yes, I'm fully aware the 5090 is like basically double the performance of an RTX 5080, but with all these like AI features that are coming in and all these like how the AI programs work, the AI software works, like DLSS and all of the super sampling crap that AMD and NVIDIA seem to like really be focusing on right now, which is, I don't really have an issue with that. I mean, if games are more fun and AI can make the games more fun without making them garbage, then I don't really have a problem with that. I like where I see people having an issue with this stuff is like if you have a really low end computer and you're using some like upscaling or like trying to boost your frame rate with an AI program and your game is only running at 30 frames per second, like you can feel a delay because your game's running at 30 frames per second and you have a garbage computer. So like, or if you're trying to upscale your game into like 8K territory or something, and you expect your 8K territory to run good at a higher frame rate for some reason, dude. I don't know, man. The AI program. So the reason I'm talking about this is because, like, in comparison to what a 5090 is capable of, if you're like trying to design an AI program, okay, I can get it. Like a 5090 isn't even good for that. But if you're just using like local AI programs on your computer, the VRAM is the most important part. And it's just like with the memory bus, the TGP, obviously the pricing as well, you know, price to performance. It's just, it seems like it's going to be like, I have a 4090. I still have a 4090 in my computer, and like the 5080 Super is something that I would like actually consider upgrading to. The reason I didn't get the 5090 is mostly due to the black screens and all the issues that people are having with it. Plus, when the 5090 did like first come out, there was a a huge delay in like the video editing programs like DaVinci, Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, and all like the software that I use to create the content across each of my channels. Like it wasn't supported in these programs. And when I have a 4090, man, I don't really use my computer to play games. Just I don't really use it to play PC games that require a 5090 to enjoy. You know what I mean? Like I'm 99.99999% of the time that I play games, I'm using emulators. And you literally can like emulate pretty much every single console up to the PS3 era with like a little $500 mini PC. And then the PC this one right here, we just barely built because I was running into a problem with this little mini PC right there on Xbox and Xbox 360 emulators. Like the Xbox and the Xbox 360 emulator, they weren't optimized very well. So like the mini PC can't really run those. So I built a dedicated computer for that because like Xbox was like, that's the console I had growing up. And then I went over to the PS2 like a little bit later on, but there was only like certain PS2 games that I have a lot of memories with. I'm getting a little bit down the rabbit hole here. Seeing it to believe it. We're going to go ahead and get back to the actual topics in this video. So next up, seeing it to believe it, populate 3D worlds quickly with NVIDIA AI blueprints. Again, this is what I'm talking about with AI, man. Like there's so many. So NVIDIA AI blueprints, I don't want to get too far off topic here. Let's read these two paragraphs. Generative AI. This assists artists by expediting, your boy's terrible at reading, expediting intermediate tasks like suggesting and generating draft objects to prototype a scene, but it can be technically challenging to connect multiple AI models to unleash these accelerated workflows. Don't even remember what I just read. NVIDIA AI blueprints help address this challenge by providing sample workflows so that users can skip the hyper-technical stages and quickly benefit from advanced generative AI techniques. Plus, AI blueprints can be tailored for each user's particular needs. This was actually worded in a non-genius manner with 7,000 big words that I don't understand, so I can actually grasp my level of intelligence is. Would you stop? Get out of here with your ads, dude. I can actually grasp this one. This right here, there's too many big words in the same paragraph, so I don't remember it. Generative AI, though, basically, that's pretty self-explanatory. It generates stuff. And then this right here, the NVIDIA AI blueprints. So the reason I'm talking about this, man, is because Google is also like their Nano Banana, like their AI photo generator that they got going on right now. All like the photo thing where like you can place a photo and like you can literally explore the photo. You can turn like photos into literal games. And just like all these like generative like things, dude. It's just really cool to see. So the reason I'm so hesitant to say what I want to say right now is because AI is killing YouTube. Like and I'm sure that all of you are aware of this as well, which is honestly why I get so frustrated with the comments of people expecting me to friggin' copy and paste every other creator on this program or every other creator on the platform with perfectly scripted commentaries, just reading a script written by AI. Dude, making videos all in the same format, talking head, then you got a little bit of B-roll, then back to talking head, then a little bit of B-roll, then back to talking head, a little bit of B-roll. Oh, hey, let me go over here and download NVIDIA's trailer. Oh, let me come over here and download this company's trailer. Let me come over here and download this game trailer. Let me download all these videos I do not own and do not give a crap about. I'm just going to download the trailers, not even going to get my own gameplay. Or you get these PC hardware channels. Oh, let me talk about PC hardware, but I never build computers. I still have a computer that's 20 years old, Ryzen 3 CPU, little GTX 970. Dude, Is it not obvious to you that they're just making videos to make videos and could give a subsingular F less about what they're talking about? That's just how I see it. And then you're watching, oh, we got an ad right here. Oh, followed by a sponsor. Oh, followed by my own company. Oh, followed by another ad. Oh, followed by another affiliate marketing deal. Oh, well, next video. Oh, best cameras that I do not own, have never used, and I'm going to make money from, and you will hate because I've never used them. And then you get recommended an AI generated video. Listen, dude, if that's what floats your boat and you really enjoy that, that's great. You should probably not watch me. I'm a real human being talking like a friend would talk. So if you don't like me being a real human, you can go and watch one of the other billions of other creators copy and pasting one another, using AI to generate every single video they make, generate every single script they read to you. If that's what floats your boat, dog, then I'm like the last channel you should be watching, because I will never do that. That's not, I absolutely hate when I can tell somebody is reading something. I can hate when people try to be perfect. I can hate when I can tell somebody's fake. I hate when I can tell the video was intentionally made to increase viewership and watch time. Oh my God, let me scream with a bunch of text popping up on screen and do something that nobody would ever do in their life. Let me build this computer. Oh, let me buy this $7,000 Asus golden graphics card and build this computer right here just so I can have this $7,000 AI. Hey, let me entertain you for I'm gonna go ahead and quit. Because it is, dude. It's so freaking, it's irritating the crap out of me. And if that's literally what people like, man, whatever. So back to the point of what I was saying and why this is like so hard for me to hop on board with, is because while this does increase the creative side of stuff that people can do, which I love, I'm all for that. I use this stuff for that myself. But the difference, dude, is I don't create all this crap and post it to YouTube. I don't go over to ChatGPT, have it write a script for me, use NVIDIA's fucking let me look at the camera while I'm actually reading my script to you, whatever that's called their AI software, where the eye like literally stays at the camera no matter where you're looking. Oh, hey, look, I'm actually looking at my monitor right now, reading my AI script that was generated by ChatGPT, but I'm going to use NVIDIA's AI software so that you can't tell I'm reading a script to you unless you're like sort of like smart and can like tell when somebody's reading, which I just seem to be a super genius to be able to understand that when people. All right, I'm going to actually get back. So the reason it's so hard for me to like either hop on board with this or not hop on board with this is because YouTube has a serious problem with AI generated content, man. And I'm talking a serious problem with AI generated content. Like it is, look, dude, it's nonstop, just like AI video after AI video after AI video after an AI scripted video, followed by an advertisement, followed by a sponsor, followed by a brand deal, followed by me informing you of my own company that you need to buy stuff for, followed by an affiliate market. Dude, it's like, then you go like, oh, hey, there's a YouTube video, like giving YouTube. Dude, like I used to be like 99.9% of my time used to be on YouTube. I almost never watch YouTube anymore, because I'm sick of that. I'm just sick of even ad block. Ad block aside, dude. All right. Like, yes, you can enable ad block across all channels so that you can avoid YouTube ads, but it's still bad. Like even having ad, which I do have, even having that, man, it's still terrible because you get fake content that's AI generated, followed by fake creators, followed by people trying to sell you their course, followed by people promoting their affiliate links, followed by this brand deal, followed by this sponsor. So I'm going to go ahead and move on because I continue to go down that rabbit hole on the exact same topic. My point being is I'm all for people being able to express their creative whatever the things that they want to create, and I'm all for that, but YouTube seriously needs to enable some sort of, they need to enable something that I don't want to say they should be removing like all the AI content, but they need to do something, man, because as somebody that used to use YouTube all the time, man, I almost never use it anymore. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one. Like I've gone to Prime Video now. I'm like using all these subscription-based video things, and really the only content that I watch now is literally long plays and podcasts. That's literally all I watch now because I'm sick of like top 5 Super Nintendo games. I used to love that kind of stuff. Top 5 Genesis games. Now you go to it and it's a freaking AI voice, dude. And it's everybody covering the exact same game. So let's come over here. So this right here, the reason I'm covering this is mostly due because I personally am having this issue every single time my computer boots up, where I have an Asus Z890 with Crucial's Gen 5 T705 NVMe. I'm pretty sure that's all that would really matter. I don't, so it's a 285K. I have 64 gigabytes of RAM. I have 4090, 1200 watt Li power supply. I don't really think anything else inside of the computer matters, but I'm having this problem where every single time my computer boots, and just so we're clear, I did use the check disk, ran it as an administrator. I used ChatGPT to ask what is going on, said there's nothing wrong. I put all the command stuff in it, but like everything it's still basically the error that I'm getting is it has to do with Microsoft Edge, some sort of cache thing with Microsoft Edge. And I asked ChatGPT if I could like uninstall that browser. And it was like it has nothing to do with the browser. It has to do with some sort of like Microsoft account bullcrap. And I don't know if any other people are running into that problem, but basically what this article is talking about is these are early NVMEs that were sent to creators for like to review units. And then there was also some sort of problem apparently with OBS. I haven't run into any problems with OBS, but apparently it did break. Oh, right here. Okay. Aside from the NDI. So this is like some sort of like streaming thing where like you can have OBS on this computer and then it streams it to another computer so that you can like stream from a different computer. However, I just wanted to ask other people if you were running into that problem. So this right here, I wanted to cover this because it's tiny. So it's next up, Intel Arc Pro B50 review. I almost said B550. How dope would that be for this little tiny fella? So B50 review. It's a 16 gigabyte. It's a small form factor GPU. I just thought this was kind of cool. It's ugly. The blue on it's ugly, but they do have a black version, and I just thought this was kind of cool. It's you know what I mean. The output is like totally different from anything. I don't even know what that is. And I actually want to say something that I mentioned this the other day because there was a podcast with Moore's Law is Dead. Okay, I'm mute. So him right here. There was a podcast with him and Hardware Unboxed, and I was talking about I wasn't talking about a bottleneck with the CPU and GPU. I understand what a bottleneck is between a CPU and GPU, but what they were talking about is there's some sort of there's a limitation to the resolution that you can use when you're benchmarking stuff, because if you go from 1080p to 720p, there's something has nothing to do with the CPU and GPU bottleneck, or well, it does, but whatever. So like if you use an RTX 5090 with like a 9800X 3D and you try to benchmark this whatever game you're trying to benchmark at 720p, there's like a core, has to do with the cores inside of the GPU. Like it's whatever. So I got a comment. So, oh, I'm never watching you again. You don't understand bottlenecking. Dude, I can't wait until YouTube like officially releases the comment feature of like only allowing people that have been subscribed to you for a certain limit or a certain amount of days. I am absolutely like 1 week minimum is where I'm headed with that one, dude. I've just like, I literally have like 60 different words and sentences like in YouTube's like insta ban list, insta delete comment, insta ban list, because there's like, so basically they instantly delete the comments, and then you can go into your comments like when you're reading and replying to all your comments in your dashboard. There's this held section. I don't read. I go into it. There's a box you can check, and it like checks each one of them, and then you just hit ban. So that's what I've been doing, dude. And it just because they really are. They're pissing me off, dude, because it's like I'm all for constructive feedback, but when it's the same stupid constructive feedback of people wanting me to copy and paste other people, man, it breaks my heart that people have like whatever. It is whatever, dude. So this right here, Prime Gaming free games for September 2025. So the reason I was just covering this is because for people that want to build like smaller like emulation computers or want to get into AI, this is actually a pretty, I'm not going to say it's a good GPU, but it's a decent GPU. It's $350. It comes with 16 gigabytes of memory. It's a puny little GPU. And I just think that this is kind of cool. You know what I mean? It's better than integrated graphics from AMD, and it would whatever. But the only problem was those inputs. It's such a small GPU that they had to avoid HDMIs, which is kind of funny. So if we come over here, Prime Games for September 2025, just wanted to show you guys this. There's actually a new Steam game as well that was released, and I really want to show it to you. It's this little Primal is what it's called. It's this little Primal game. It's like a little pixel art game. I want to show it to you right here. Oh my God, the first game. I'm so happy it came up as the first game. So this right here, I'm so getting this, dude. It's like this little like Metroidvania survival type game. But dude, you know what's so irritating though is that like all these like little pixel art games, the best ones include the CRT shaders. I don't do these. I'm not saying that the pixel art is bad. I mean, it's obviously I want to get the game, but the problem, dude, is like Primal Planet, the first gameplay reveal. Wait, this has been out for a while. 69. Oh my God. I had to say it. I don't know. I personally think it looks really fun. But like I just wish that they had like a CRT shader. Like a whatever, the scan lines for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. Dude, that too. I'm gonna close that because I'm gonna get way off topic. So the next gen, the like CRT TVs, like why did they and not I obviously I understand they were massive. Like they were big. They were big whatever. They were big TVs. They were big TVs. So and they weren't eco-friendly. I get that, but like why don't we have like CRT like screens? Like like I've thought about doing this. I haven't tried it, but the window screens there, you know what I'm talking about, like the window you know what I'm talking, like you have your window, you got the window you can put up and down, and then you got the screen so bugs don't come in. Like imagine putting one of those, just like getting a border and just like popping it like some sort of like magnetic CRT like overlay for people that are into emulation and stuff, or that like playing pixel art games on their PC. You just like go and grab like a freaking window screen and pop it on your monitor. I wonder what that would look like. I actually am going to do that now because I said it. So that's pretty much all the PC hardware stuff for today. The rest of this is just a bunch of like next generation console stuff, a bunch of emulation stuff, and yeah, dude. So that's pretty much what the rest of this video is going to be. So this right here, the next generation Xbox could cost twice as much as the PlayStation 6. And here's why. And here's why I personally am absolutely 100%, no questions asked, going to get this. PC games, Steam games, GOG games, every single game on your computer will be able to run on this. 2, Xbox games running on this. 3, Xbox 360 games running on this. 4, Xbox One games running on this. Every single game from your PC, every single game from the history of all Xbox games will be running on this, upscaled to 4K. So basically, it's going to be I don't want to say Retron. I'm trying to think of a different company that does this because they don't really make. So for those of you that are unaware, Retron Analog would be a more up-to-date one. Like Analog is making a new Nintendo 64. Analog has like a Super Nintendo console. They have a bunch of a Sega Genesis console. Retron also has this. The most popular one from Retron is the Retron 5. It's basically like an all-in-one console. You Super Nintendo, Sega Mega Drive, Sega Genesis, like all these Game Boy Advance, like all these consoles can run on this one console. But basically what this is going to be is like that. It's like it's an Xbox that runs all PC games, all the Xbox, like everything from PC. But it's also going to have the disk drive for your Xbox games, your 360 games, your Xbox One games. But it's also going to have, I'm sure that they're going to have their own emulator. I don't think they're going to be using Xenia, which is what the Xbox and 360 emulators on PC are. It's going to have its own emulator, which is, at least to me, even better. But dude, it's stuff like that. It's like they're so focused, at least from what we're seeing, they're focusing on gamers for the first time. Like in what? Like really think about, like, when's the last console that released where the companies were focused on the gamers? I'm really trying, like, I'm trying to like be real, like, because the first one that comes to my mind is PS2. And just because of like whatever, just it was just but I'm trying to think if, even though the PS3 wasn't as good as the PS2, look, I gotta be honest, man. Like Sony has been such a, or the Sony PlayStation has, I don't want to say has been, was such a good company. Like they started sucking with the PS4. They literally changed their slogan. It was for the gamers. What is it like? Like what is it now? I don't even remember what it is now. PlayStation 5 is just a literal joke. Like it's a joke at this point. So I actually do think PS3 was kind of, for the majority of the PS3's lifespan, it really was like I want to say that's pretty much where it all started going downhill. Like all the console stuff, they've just been in this like capitalist money making. We don't give a crap about anybody. We just want to make more money. So either way, I just think that this is really cool, man. This is going to be such a powerhouse of a gaming console, and I honestly am very, very, very excited for this. So this right here, I just want. So we're going to cover this, and then we're also going to so Hollow Knight, Valve, Steam's all-in-one VR headset, and then also Valve's little console that's been leaked here, which that looks fire. I'm going to say that. I'm actually going to use that as my thumbnail, honestly. So this, that dude, actually, so this is what like Google Banana, the Nano Banana from Google. I just put that in there, make a YouTube thumbnail, it'll freaking pop it out for me. So either way, Hollow Knight Silksong launch, hammer Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo stores. So like what I really hope happens with this happening is game companies realizing that they have sucked since the PS3, which is literally what we were just talking about. And this game, a $20 indie game that releases good without a bunch of broken problems, literally broke every single store because they knew it wasn't going to release broken. The first game was really good, and it was only $20, not $80. I genuinely hope, with the numbers that this game just barely pulled, other game companies see this crap And they're like, oh, hey, this little indie game just barely broke Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Not just Steam, not just the Xbox store, not just PlayStation, not just Nintendo. Each one of them. All of them. You cannot buy a game anywhere else. Or I guess you could go buy it at GOG or Epic Games if it's on Epic Games. I guess you could do that. But my point being, dude, I hope other game companies see that and are just like, okay, we need to go back to not sucking and milking everybody. And then this right here, Valve's Steam Frame is an all-in-one VR headset close to being released, which is that is absolutely a rumor. That is definitely not confirmed. Valve's next generation all-in-one VR headset, likely, I fucking hate ads so much, you have no idea. Likely named Steam Frame is expected to launch in Q4 2025, featuring standalone capabilities and wireless PC connectivity via a Steam Link VR USB dongle, which is one of those really funny names. I don't know what it is, dongle. It's just a weird name. It's like the male lower half that starts with a P, and I'm not going to say it because it's even worse than dongle, which dongle could also be applied to that little dongle. Wi-Fi 6E, it promises high-performance VR gaming with updated Valve ROY controllers and ARM-based APU architecture. Okay, so I was going to say, dude, wait, so is it confirmed? VR September 4th, so 3 days. What is this one? 3 days. So this was Thursday. 1, 2, 3. So they're both 3 days apart. So either way, it's going to be one or the others of either a Valve. Either one is cool to me, dude. So I don't really care. But either way, man, the reason I'm most excited for this is because it's Steam. And again, going back to like where these companies lost themselves for gamers and stuff, you know what I mean? Like we really need to start going back to like not sucking. So really it just comes down to Steam for me. And also something else that I have no choice but to share this with you because I'm absolutely all right. I got to show this because this is 360 drone. I forget the name of it. Insta3. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Insta360 drone. I got to show you guys this. You don't even need skill. I'm definitely going to get it. Insta360 drone. Insta360 drone. I'm not going to show you the entire video. Pause. I'm not stealing. I don't give a crap if it's fair use. I just want to show you guys this. So basically, this is one of the Insta360 drones, or like the 360 cameras. But the coolest part about so it isn't run by that company, but the coolest part about this, dude, is that's how you control it. You control it with it comes with goggles, and you control it like you fly the drone with a single. There's this guy's video. Yeah. Okay. So here, this is way better than that other one. All right. So it has all those cameras. All right, here we go. So if you look right here, you see those goggles, like that's how you control it. Come on, man. All right. Is that not the coolest thing ever? You freaking control a drone with your head. Is that not the dopest thing in the world? I know it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I had to. Oh, actually, it does have to do with what we're talking about. I just think that that's super cool, man. Like a drone that you don't even need skill to. Because have you ever tried to do that? Have you ever tried to like actually, have you ever actually tried to control a drone and fly it, but get the shot you want with? Dude, it's hard to fly a drone. It's way harder than you think. It's way harder than you think to control a drone and get the video footage that you actually want. So yeah, dude, I'm just, I don't know. The Steam console or VR headset. Either one of those, I'm just super excited for it. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this stuff. I know that we still need like more VR types, at least from my perspective. I don't really ever get recommended VR content, so I don't know if there's tons of VR stuff out there. The only cool VR thing that I've ever seen is there's this emulation program where you use the VR headset and there's like rooms. So there's like, so you could like have like a, let's just use a Super Nintendo as an example. You can have like like an old like 1990s bedroom, and you can like put posters on the wall, and you can like put game collection on a shelf, and you have your old CRT TV on your bureau or on some TV stand or wherever you want to put it. You got your like old freaking bed. It's all like nerded out and stuff. And you literally play your emulators like in this room on the CRT TV with your Super Nintendo console, like sitting right there. Now that's cool. I'm actually gonna, I got to show you this as well. VR emulation room. Is this what I would search? Oh, dude, this one right here. This is what I was talking. Beardo. Oh my goodness, that's funny. But look at this. This is what I'm talking about. So you see what I'm saying? Is that not cool? Oh, this is the video I watched. It's already liked. So look at this. See your Nintendo 64, your like old room with posters everywhere. Inventory. You got your games here. Like these are the ROMs that you have. Is that not the dopest thing ever? Like that's really the only cool like VR thing that I have seen. And yeah, dude, I just think that that's really cool. So this right here, Xbox ended up revealing 3 brand new controllers right here. Super cool, right? Just skins. So you got 3 new controllers that have skins on them. Not even like a good controller, it just looks a little bit different. Or in other words, a way to make a little bit more money. It's pretty much it. I just thought it was funny. Dude. It really is. It's so true, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, capitalism, I get it, but companies need to make money. Whatever. So this right here, the Crew, the game that was like shut down and everybody was just like totally upset about. The Crew is set to spring back to life as fan-made server Emulator project prepares to launch later this month. This is like the type of emulation crap that I love, dude. There's also a there's this I don't think it's a program. I think it's through the internet. But there's a Super Nintendo, I want to say website. I don't think it's an emulator. But either way, there's a way to play Super Nintendo games like with your friends, like old Super Nintendo games with your friends through a browser. Like you load your ROM into the browser, you like play it, and then yeah, you just like you share the game through whatever. And I think that that's kind of cool. I don't think it would work. I don't think it works really well with like fighting games and stuff. But either way, man, I just think that this is really cool. Hold on. Ubisoft has taken a brutal ass beating for its handling of the Crew shutdown, including a lawsuit and a European. Okay, I thought it said lawsuit, and not Ubisoft. I gotta. I'm so nerding out right now, dude. So this right here, dude, this was shut down too. I don't know how many of you grew up with the Super Nintendo, but look at this. Like, how many of you played Secret of Evermore on the Super Nintendo? Like, this is like a full-blown remake of that, dude. And Square Enix ended up shutting this down. Oh, hey, these like fans of our game that's 25 years old, 30 years old now at this point, right? 25 or 30 years old. Oh, we're just going to shut this down of a fan creating a game that literally every other fan of the game and series would have loved, and we did absolutely no work for. and we've not sold a single Secret of Evermore game and made money from it in 30 years, we're just going to shut this down for no reason. I don't know about you, dude, but I think that's kind of stupid and twisted. I got tired of emulation and bought a real PS1, but was it worth it? So this is like, at least for me, the CRT TV is the hardest part. So because you can't throw them in the dumpster. It's illegal to throw a CRT TV in the dumpster. And it's inhumane as well. And to anybody, oh, it's not there, who cares? You're the same person that throws your soda bottle out your car window, throws your cigarette butts out the window, throws your candy bar wrapper out the window, and then people like me that like walk in have to look at that shit on the side of the road. That's the type of person that would just throw their CRT TV in the friggin' dumpster. And then on top of that is recording. And then on top of that is I don't want to say switch, but the converter switch things where you plug the little, like these little wires. That's supposed to be, or it's typically yellow. Oh wait, no, that's the cord that has better video output, right? I've never seen that cord before, that plug. I don't remember that. I remember a circle one. But see, like, this is the hardest part. And this is what I was saying earlier, dude, about the like, why don't companies make like CRT monitors? Like, why don't they have, and even if it's not real CRT, like, why don't they have, that's a business idea for myself, honestly. Once the nostalgia channel starts growing, that sounds like some sort of like super business type thing. Like start a Shopify store of like some sort of CRT like thing for monitors, like the freaking window screen. And tell me that wouldn't like, because I'm actually going to try that and see what it looks like, just for craps and giggles. I'll probably just take the screen out of my window and just plop it right here and test it, see what it looks like. But yeah, dude, I just think that either way, I just wanted to share that. Let's move on. Nintendo Switch makes some big improvements to its Game Boy Advanced emulation. Controller remapping is superbly done, and allegedly you can play games at 1080p. And I'm pretty sure that this has exactly what I was just barely talking about. There is a CRT option for the Nintendo's older stuff. And there's also another one that we're going to be going over towards the end. Actually, let's cover that next. So you got, where's the consoles? I know this article, because I read this. I know it mentions all the consoles that are actually available on the Nintendo Switch Online. All right, so right here. NES, SNES, Game Boy, GBA, Nintendo 64, and GameCube are in a neat row. Of course, rather irritating, this doesn't include any games certified M, like today's edition of Forsaken 64, for which you need a separate app. So let's come over here. Nintendo's latest Switch Online news could have just confirmed a major leak. Forsaken, the next NSO game, previously appeared among other unannounced titles. So the other unannounced titles are, for those who can't make out the Smash 64 box, here you go. So you got Smash 64, CRT filter. Okay, there it is right there. CRT filter exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2. I know that's so hard for your Nintendo Switch to just plop a freaking overlay shader. I know it's super difficult for your Nintendo 64 or for your Nintendo Switch. But either way, the CRT filter and then the Nintendo 64 games, Smash Bros, Super Mario. I just think, dude, whatever. I just wanted to cover that for those of you that have a Nintendo Switch. So this right here, AYN Odin 3 undercuts AYN Neo Pocket Fit Elite as a more affordable flagship gaming handheld. This thing's going to be 400 buckaroos. It looks like a phone adapter. I have a little Super Nintendo one, or a Super Nintendo themed one for my phone. I'll show you. It's this little, it's called a Game Sir. It's like a little Super Nintendo. You plug your phone, like, whoops, it boops right in there. Boop, it boops right in there. And you don't have to worry because it's got like a, see how it moves? It doesn't come out, but or does it? I never tried. But either way, it's super easy to plug in and stuff. I love that thing. Works good. It works good for Android games as well. However, if we come down here, we got early bird price, and then we got the retail price, and then we got the super early bird price. Your boy's running out of breath. He's been talking for fucking an hour and 36 minutes. Oh my God. That's not going to be that long. I can't upload more than an hour. The watch time absolutely tanks for more. That's why videos are typically only an hour long, which is even double what it used to be. However, that's kind of what works on YouTube now. And I don't blame it, man. Like I said at the very beginning of this, the fakeness on YouTube is just, it's getting outrageous, dude. It's absurd. And like, for me, I'm just creating content that I would watch. Real people having actual conversations on stuff they're actually interested in, like a friend would do. Not some AI generated short little 3-minute script written perfectly for you to get your dopamine fix. I cannot stand that crap, dude. Plus, it also allows me to sit down and enjoy a bunch of stuff, hanging out, listening to somebody, and then I don't have to watch the recommended AI generated video and get irritated. And I know that I'm not the only one, because if that's how I feel, everybody else feels that way. So yeah, AYN or AYN, just whatever. I just think it's cool. It's a good company. I'd support them. So if you want to support them, support them. So this right here, obscure Pioneer Laserdisc console, once impossible to emulate, now runs on PC. Never even heard of this thing or seen it. Tell me that's not cool. Would you play? Whoop. Where is it? I just want to see. I haven't seen this, so I want to see what it is. Okay, so it looks like a Japanese console. No wonder I don't know what it is. Right? Is that not what this is? I've been trying to find some good DOS-box games, or MS-DOS. For those of you that are unaware, it's the old PC type stuff, because it seems like a lot of them are super relaxing. It seems like a lot of them are oh, I know what that is. Oh, this is that expensive freaking. Oh, dude, this was like over Neo Geo territory. Like when you were a kid, dude, if you knew someone with a Neo Geo, they're balling. You got any old person that's watching up to this point can confirm that. Anybody that had a Neo Geo back in the day, they were ball. That was like now having the 5090. The Neo Geo was a 5090. That's literally what it was back then. But I know what this is. I still don't know what the games are. I don't know any game. Raspberry Pi right there. Right? Does that know what that is? Those vinyls. What is that? Oh my God, is that a VR? No, they didn't have VR back then, right? I'm so ADHD. Let's move on. Dude, tell me you got to do that too. Tell me you're not looking at everything in that photo. Tell me I was the only one that's staring at all that crap. There's no way I'm the only one trying to figure out what this stuff is. Sonic right there. What is that, dude? Is that a magazine? There's another Raspberry Pi. Let's go ahead and what is that? Hold on. That looks like a guitar, like a mix amp for a guitar. I'm going to ask ChatGPT what all that is, honestly. That's something AI is actually useful for. So Anbernic RG476H looks to take on the RP Mini V2. So this literally looks like a phone with built-in controls. And it's almost like the Android games with the on-screen buttons, but actual buttons on the screen, which I think is kind of neat looking. There's not really anything else like that. And then Anbernic they're honestly one of my favorite handheld companies. Like I've showed you guys that thing so many times, so I'm not going to go and grab it. It's where I keep all my emulation stuff. The RG35XX, the little Game Boy Advance handheld, hands down my favorite console. The only problem with it is the battery doesn't last long enough for me. It doesn't. It doesn't last long because I play it a lot. Like I'll play it while I'm watching TV or something. But either way, it's an Anbernic handheld, and I just let's see what it's got for. And to people that are always asking, like when you buy these things on Amazon, for the people that are always asking about that, yes, they all come with SD cards, and they all, even like the emulation consoles, they either all come with an emulation consoles. They either come with an SD card or a drive. Like the Kinhank X5 Pro, it's a console, but it comes with the drive. You don't have to set it up like the Kinhank 12 terabyte drive for a computer, which is literally what we did with this computer over here. I took the Kinhank drive. I bought a separate Seagate drive. I transferred everything from the which is also a C, at least the one I got has a C, but apparently people get different ones, which was also a Seagate drive. And I transferred it over to a drive that's like actually in the computer. It is so much quicker. However, the reason I'm saying that is because anything on Amazon that says it's a retro game console or says classic game console or plug and play console, they all have games included with them. I mean, I don't want to say it's common sense because obviously not everybody has been in the scene long enough to think it's common sense. But yes, to that question, to anybody that is watching up to this point, they all have built-in games. They come with like, because that's how they get around. At least that's how I understand this. So pretty much the way these companies get around the legality problems of these consoles and these handhelds, like including all these games on them, is basically they're selling the console, they're selling the handheld, and then it includes a free SD card or a free drive. Like that's how I'm understanding they get away with it, because technically they're not selling you a bunch of pirated games. They're not selling you a bunch of ROMs. They're not selling you a bunch of emulators. They're basically whatever. Again, I don't know, dude. And look, it is the ones that have newer stuff on them. I'm not going to get into it. Just whatever. I don't really care. You do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying that's for the people that ask that question. Yes, they all have games on them. But that's going to bring us to the end of the video, man. I'm losing my breath and my cookies are absolutely done.